What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another episode of the ongoing leaks of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that we have on Twitter. So far, at least my coverage, at least from what I'm seeing, the leaks are kind of slowing down, because a lot of the stuff just seems to be kind of small, unimportant stuff like, oh, there's a Pokemon with a hammer, and oh, there's a ostrich Pokemon. No details, no typings, none of that kind of stuff. Just, it's an ostrich. Like, okay, that's great. So, the coverage to me seems to be slowing down, so I'm just taking the bits that are interesting to me, and I'm going to cover them and tell you about them. We're going to talk about Convergence Pokemon, future forms and past forms. We're going to talk about what's going on with breeding. A lot has kind of come out in the last couple days. I took a break to play the Pokemon, to play the Overwatch 2 beta, which I was streaming, and I was playing it. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna talk about it on my other channel. I'm probably gonna do a whole tier list of the heroes from Overwatch and which ones are the best ones in Overwatch 2 currently. So I'm probably gonna do that on my other channel, Lootbox Hero. Of course, if you want to continue getting videos from me on this channel, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Drop a comment down below, because the comments help the videos grow. Like my video, tweet, and I will shout you out at the end of the show. Let's get to it. So let's see. So I picked up a couple things. We're gonna start off with some of the just rapid fire stuff. Then we're gonna get into more of the specific stuff, like the convergence forms or the convergence Pokemon, which are actually pretty interesting, and the future and past forms. We're gonna get into all that a little bit later. So first up, we have from Central Leaks, seeing as though Central has done an amazing job of just bringing all the leaks together into one thread, so you don't have to go to like 5 different Twitter accounts, to get all the leaks. They're just one thread of leaks. That I like. So it says Jigglypuff gets an ancient form. Mimikyu and Magikarp are in the game, but not Applin. I'm not sure why they were specific with that Pokemon, but okay. No difficulty options. That's expected. We're never going to get those anyway. Elite Four is back. Well, of course, if they're gyms, there's got to be an Elite Four in the game. So, it would be kind of crazy if there wasn't. There are classes. There are classes, exams, interviews in the game. I wonder how does that work? You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see how that works. Also, apparently there's a hammer Pokemon, or at least one that uses a hammer. Hypno is back, but it doesn't have a new form. Bidoof and Beedrill are not in the game, which kind of sucks because I do like Beedrill. My very first Pokemon run, of any Pokemon game ever, I had the Beedrill was on my team for the entire game. Now I know that usually never happens, but that was my first ever Pokemon run, so kind of sucks he's not coming back, but oh well though. Apparently you can play soccer with Pokemon, which I can kind of see that being, the soccer thing turned out to be not true. Oh, of course, thanks, that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? That would have been pretty cool, but it's not true though. Thanks, Centro. Lechonk evolution has a gender difference, so that would be cool, because hopefully, more than likely it's gonna be more like a boar. You know what I'm saying? Like the male version will probably be like a boar with like tusks, and the female version will probably be more like a more slender, like more pig-like. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have tusks. It might not be gray. Maybe it'll be pink. What not. I kind of dig that. I kind of saw that coming. Even though, unfortunately, we're not going to get our big orc pig boy evolution. It's all swole. We're not going to be able to get that. More than likely, it's going to be a boar. But either way, a boar as in a wild boar. Not a boar as in, oh, this is boring. Not like that. But, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. So then we move on to some more stuff. So we have legendary Pokemon are getting ancient/future species, but the leaker thinks that they will probably be saved for DLC. Which, yeah, I can kind of see that. If you look at the regionals that we got in and Sword and Shield, they saved the Legendary Bird regionals for the DLC. You know, I mean, which is a smart idea. I mean, if you want people, you want to give people a reason to buy your aftermarket content, so you put cool stuff in the aftermarket content to get people to buy it. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that. So there are 2 Pokemon that get both future and ancient species. The leaker seems to imply that future and ancient species will be treated as legendaries. Now, when he says this, I've heard other people say different things like this. I think they're gonna be treated like the alpha Pokemon that you see in like Legends Arceus. Those like super powerful Pokemon you see in the wild. I think they're gonna be treated like those. That's what I think is gonna happen with those. But I want to explain that more a little bit later. So this one's a clarification. So he basically says the leaker specifically told that there's no daycare/nursery. There's a new mechanic for getting eggs. Now, this is something I heard earlier, that they were saying that there was no breeding in the game at all. Which I'm like, okay, that sounds like something from a side game. Like, every mainline Pokemon game since Generation 2 has had breeding in it. I'm talking about mainline. Like, Legends Arceus is not mainline, technically. You know what I'm saying? So, why no breeding in this game? So, they won't be breeding in the traditional sense, as in put Pokemon in the daycare, Pokemon get it on, you come back, you get an egg. It'll be some other mechanic for this region for Pokemon breeding. So, as long as I can still breed Pokemon in the game, I don't really... Alright, so Tauros gets a regional form. I think this was actually corrected. So Tauros is not going to get a regional form, but is going to get a brand new evolution, or a regional evolution. So I think regular Tauros is in the game, but it will actually have an evolution in this game. Diglett and Dugtrio get some type of form, which I think they're meaning the Convergence Pokemon. Which, okay, there's no new or returning fossil Pokemon. This right here is straight up lie, because we see Lileep in the game, or a Pokemon that looks like Lileep in the game. That whole picture about with the new gimmick. So if there's no returning fossil Pokemon, then Lileep wouldn't be in the game, because it's fossil Pokemon. Ancient forms seem to have their own Pokédex pages and are classified as different Pokemon entirely. Yep. Among Us form might be an ancient Among Us, more than likely, that this Among Us picture that's been floating around. There are no bikes in the game, of course, because you ride Kiraidon and Miraidon. There seems to be an auction feature with the NPCs. This sounds interesting. I don't know what it's gonna do. Like, are they auctioning off items? Are they auctioning off? It would be kind of crazy if they're auctioning Pokemon, because that's, I mean, technically Pokemon are seen like sentient beings, so they're selling sentient. I mean, I guess you had the what do you call it? They had the casino where you can go and win Pokemon. So I guess they could do something like that. But I wonder, what are they auctioning though? And can you get in the auction is the thing, you know. There's no fishing, which that sucks. But I mean, if they're doing it like Legends Arceus, then you're gonna see the Pokemon in the water anyway. Customization: only pants and shorts. Unsure if this is because it's only an early build. Like I said before in my other episodes where I'm covering stuff, more than likely this is a beta build of the game. That's why I said don't take all this stuff at face value. This is probably a beta, maybe even earlier than a beta. This is just something to test the game, to make sure it works on a large level. You know what I'm saying? So some of this stuff might be in the game, some of this stuff might not be in the game in 4 or 5 months when we actually get it. You know, some of this stuff might get cut entirely, you know. No type overlap between the gym leaders and the Elite Four. So this was a rumor that was going around that one of the gym leaders was either going to become an Elite Four, or there was going to be a gym leader and an Elite Four that were going to have the same types on their team. Like there's going to be 2 fire types or something. like one fire gym leader and one fire elite four. They're not gonna do that though. Alright, so the big thing here, Convergent Species. Alright, so this one is the most interesting thing I've seen in the leaks overall. So basically Convergent Species, a number of new Pokemon that look very similar to an old Pokemon. They are completely unrelated to their original counterpart, but they look pretty much the same, almost like a recolor. They can have different typings. These species are based on convergent evolution, a concept from biology. Look it up. They also have their own name and Pokédex entry or Pokédex number. So, convergent evolution is something like, the best way to explain it like this: butterflies and hummingbirds, right? Both of them have the very same type of tongue for the very same type of action, right? They both have super long tongues to, like, you know, lick nectar out of plants, right? But they're completely different animals. They're not the same. They're completely different. One is an insect, the other one is a bird, you know? So that's convergent evolution or convergent species. Species that are completely different, but they evolve to have similar attributes to serve a similar purpose. So one way to explain it in Pokemon would be Riddler Q, when he was talking about the Diglett regional fake, is like, this Pokemon is similar to Diglett, but it's in the water. That's why he said eels. So essentially, Diglett pops up out of the ground like a mole. These things will pop up out the water like eels, but look like Digletts, but they're not, essentially. Now the future in ancient forms or species or whatever. So our ancestors and descendants for a current Pokemon that have time traveled from the past or the future. These Pokemon species don't evolve. They are standalone Pokemon with high stats. They are classified as brand new Pokemon with their own name and Pokédex number. So essentially, I'm saying that they're going to be like the alpha Pokemon. I have a feeling what's going to happen is these Pokemon are going to pop up in the wild and be super powerful and be super hard to kill, and they're going to be kind of like an obstacle, like in Legends Arceus. Because there are some areas where it's going to be super hard to get by, because you're going to have to try to get past this thing that's going to try to kill you, you know. Now, they haven't really given us any details on any of this. Like, how does this affect the typing of these Pokemon? How does this affect their stats? You know, do they have different moves? Now, more than likely, it's possible that they won't. They'll just be different in appearance. And if that's the case, that's going to suck. Because then what's the point? It just looks different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially when it comes to the future forms. Alright, like the past versions, I could kind of see that, you know. In the past, you know, it was like a rock type. It's not going to, in the present, it's not going to be like a grass type. It's not going to be like completely different. You know, but in the future though, you know what I'm saying, where everything is like sleek and metallic and stuff, it would be crazy if that same rock Pokemon is still rock Pokemon in the future. Like, so yeah, they definitely would need to have some sort of change with these Pokemon. But it seems like they're gonna be like those alpha Pokemon, or like the totems from Sun and Moon, you know. So yeah, that's about it for this. I think this might be the last leak video I do, unless something else cool comes out. I've seen a list floating around of all the regionals and all the new evolutions, but that list keeps getting changed. So once that is finalized, I'll go ahead and cover it. That way I'm not covering it like 2-3 times. But yeah, so I mean, next time you see me, I'll be talking about Nintendo anime. So that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.